Hey guys, Logan here with Ball and Technology, and today I'm going to show you some good uses of the Elliptical Marquee tool, the Magic Wand tool, the Eraser tool and its use with the Quick Mask mode, and the Gradient tool with the Radial Gradient. We're all going to use those tools to change the color of this eye, and first up is the Elliptical Marquee tool. You have to click and hold to see other selections of the same type of tool. These are all marquee tools, and it'll show which one is in use when you let go. Now, we're going to click and hold and drag across to select what is inside of your ellipse or circle. When we do that, then we're going to switch over to your Magic Wand tool. Then we're going to hold the Shift key so that it'll select with what you've already selected. So then you just roughly the areas that you want to select. Don't worry about like the mess it's leaving over here or the spots where it may not have selected yet. We can clear this up with the Quick Mask mode by coming down and clicking on this, which allows you to enter that mode. Then we're gonna go over to the the Eraser tool, and you can set your eraser size by coming up here and moving this slider. It's measured in pixels for its size, and whatever's comfortable for you, really. So then we're going to come back out here, use the Eraser tool to clear up some of the red that is inside of the eye. Anything that is masked in the red is something that's just not selected. So we're just going to get rid of some of the red here. And to make something that is selected unselected, we're going to come back down here to these double-ended arrows and click them to change the foreground and background colors. Now you're putting red back on the page instead of taking it off. Now, just to save time, I've done this and prettied it up in a different picture. Right here is about where we would have left off. Okay, so you get your eye basically outlined, then you can come down to your Quick Mask mode button, take it off, and look at what you've got so far. Check and see if your edges are good. Do you have selected what you want selected? Now we're going to move on to the Gradient tool, and I've already preset my gradient to a red, but obviously you can change this to whatever your taste may be, or concerning the project you may be working on. This is your gradient map, and you can add more colors to it to change the look of the gradient, and there are many fabulous presets already set up for you. Now what we're going to do is move the sliders around. Yours will probably appear when you first open it up to look something like this, but seeing as an eye, the look of an eye actually fades out into the white. We don't want our transparent area to start until right around over in here. So we're going to move the top black slider over, and you can move your actual colored slider over as well until you get it just right. You click OK, and to make sure you've got the correct gradient style selected, you come up here next to where you would pull up your gradient map, and your second one over is your radial gradient. Click on it, now would be a good time to add another layer so that you're not actually coloring on the original picture itself. Layers are a beautiful thing. Make them your friends. Now we're going to take and use the gradient tool roughly the center of the eye. I'm going to take and drag this over so that it is close to the outside edge, if not already onto the outside edge, and this shows where your gradient roughly will land. We're going to release and wait for the gradient to appear. Now this one's off, so you can do Control Z, or if you're working on a Mac it would be Apple Z, to take a step back, and then you can realign yourself, do the same thing, and hopefully get a better outcome. Now, to keep the look of an eye, we're going to change the blending mode to overlay. This is going to allow us to see through the red we've actually placed over the picture of the eye. So that's going to allow it to show light through, so you keep the effect of a lighting in the area. It's going to also allow your texture to show through, so that you keep, again, a more real picture. And that is general uses of the elliptical marquee tool, the magic wand, the eraser with its quick mask mode, and the gradient tool. And remember, the CS programs are meant for creativity, so these concepts that I've applied to this eye are obviously applicable in other places. So experiment, get creative, and always remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks.